Okay, today I was cleaning up the shop and decided to move this four-wheeler back out of my way, and I got parts coming today. So I went ahead and pulled the front axles out. You see the axles there. It's pretty simple. I mean, they were stuck in there. They were stuck in there pretty good. But I just used my pickle fork and run it in like that and popped it out, because those ring clips, them little deals right there that's what holds the axle inside the differential right there. Those little snap rings. They get in there's a cut groove inside there, and they just expand. And then you just got to muscle them out. I mean, you basically have to pull them hard enough that they collapse on themselves in that gap right there, and then they'll come out. And being I think those originals, they were in there. So, I mean, with a little bit of effort, I got them out. Just the same as the 450 Foreman was. It just, you pop them out and then you put new ones in. What's different about Polaris is where Honda and a lot of other ones, they'll use constant velocity, which is like a swivel joint axle with ball bearings and whatnot. These have common U-joint, or universal joints. And they don't put grease fittings on them or anything, and they're just kind of a pain in the ass, and they wear out. Even this shaft right in here has one in it, but I ain't taking that sumbitch out just to change it. It just ain't worth it. I got the brakes off. The brake pads are out. That's all real simple. I'll show you. I'll set up my camera and video me putting them back on. Different than the 450 Foreman, because these are front disc brakes, where the Foreman was drums. These have the rotor, and then the caliper, and then the pins right there that hold the brake shoes on. And it's it's pretty simple. I don't think about running a camera to explain that stuff, because to me it's just there. I just know what to do. I don't know, maybe it's a problem solving thing. I figure it out and I just know what the deal is. You know, it's kind of like a puzzle, I guess. I don't know. I'm just talking. Anyways, I got that done. I think my steering stem bushing is in. I got rear brake pads. The petcock that I broke disassembling this thing is in, but I'm going to put new hoses on, and I think I might get a new fuel pump. I'm not sure if that one's bad or good, but these hoses are really stiff and pain in the ass to get on and off, even off the carburetor and whatnot. But I ordered a couple things after cleaning the carburetor. This boot right here, you can see this is just rotten. I mean, it's not rotten clear through, but it's not really worth, I mean, it's only $10 to replace that. So I'm just going to replace it. Other than that, I don't know when the axles will be here, a few days. Still need the lower A-arm bushings. They're on their way. I took the pins and cleaned them on the wire wheel, all the rust off of both of them. You can buy them. The kit comes with 2 bushings per side, a pin per side, a pin on that side, and then spacers and new hardware. But $41 for that set, or $10 for the bushings. I have the pins and the hardware, so I don't need to spend that other $30 on that other crap. I got rear brake shoes, rear brake pads, because it has a rear disc on it, and it's only on one side, which is kind of goofy. It's on the axle on the what will be on if you're sitting facing forward on the rear left. I'll take it and take them off, and once I get the front wheel reassembled and can get them back on the ground, and then I'll just jack the back up and take the wheels off and then investigate the stuff back there. My spark plug boot came in today. I got that. I can put it on. I got new spark plugs in my toolbox. Carburetor's clean. You saw that video. Well, I mean, I haven't. You saw that I've cleaned the carburetor. Other than that, I got oil for an oil change. I put a new battery on it. I cleaned up the contacts for, let's see, you can see it there. I cleaned up the contacts for this. It's the starter solenoid. And, I mean, it hits like it's supposed to. If I can get this to turn over. I got the switch out, so see it turns over just fine. Yeah, once I get everything put back together, I'm not gonna put the plastic on until the very last thing. Check the carb, make sure it's not leaking, because that was kind of questionable about the the bowl gasket on that. It looked kind of sketchy. Don't know what to do. If I do, I'll order all balls kit and see if it's any better than the Tusk kit that I got. Other than that, everything's pretty much done. Cosmetics, I'll clean it up, pressure wash it, degrease it and everything. As for the dirt bike, there's big issues with that. Okay, I did a compression test. I'm going to do it again just so I can film it. However, it barely made over 30 PSI. So I put some mystery oil down in the cylinder and then did it again, and it barely made it over 60 PSI. So I know I have a compression issue, and my hope is that it's rings. If I can get a piston and rings, or just the rings maybe, I'm going to disassemble the head cylinder. But before I do that, like I said, I am going to run another compression test on it for you. I've ordered a stator for it because I think it's got weak spark. I'm going to do the code test. I have it on video, but I want to show, I have the codes flashing, but I want to show how I got the codes flashing and what I hooked up to, because there's not a lot of video on YouTube showing how to do that. So I'm going to, you can't see me talking with my hands over here. Anyways, there's not a lot of videos to show how to do that. And there's a cheat way to do it that, gives you the codes and you don't have to buy an adapter or whatever. But I'm going to do as far as back to the cylinder, I'm going to do a leak down test, but I've got to kind of build my own valve or regulator. I have one that I can use, but it's meant for my air compressor, because right now I'm running full 120 PSI out of the air compressor hose or whatever. I don't regulate it down because when I put the new motor on it, I just took everything off of it because the other stuff was junk anyways. And I haven't put one back on it, but I got a dryer and a regulator for it. But I think I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and pick up a small regulator and build an orifice for it that I can help bleed down the air that's going into it. May or may not video the construction of that. I'm planning on using my compression gauge hose that goes into the cylinder head at the spark plug as my air intake. I'll get the engine top dead center, put the air on it. I could probably do it right now with the 120 PSI. It might be a little, but I could do it, I think. I just don't want to mess anything up. And my fingers, fingers are crossed that it's just a cylinder. If it's the rings, because once I figure out where the air is coming from, if it's coming from the carburetor, we know the intake valves are open at top dead center. So that's an issue. Although I checked them and the gap is perfect. They're supposed to be 0.006. They were 0.007, but the book specifies ±1, so I'm still in spec on that. The exhaust was spot on. I think it was 0.011 for it. So back to the compression or leak down test. If I got air coming out the intake, I know the valve seats are bad or the valves are bent or something, because by the valve adjustment, they're good. Same with the exhaust. The exhaust is good. So if I hear air coming out the exhaust pipe, it's either a bent valve or something that's not letting that valve seal closed up, or maybe there's damage to the inside of the head that I don't know or don't see. If it comes out the crankcase down like where I took the stator off right here, if air comes out here or out the fill plug or whatever, the air is bleeding past the rings, which you'll get bleed by on that anyways. But if you hear it rushing through there like a lot, there's a percentage. It's supposed to be like, 30% air over whatever you put in it is, it's bad. I think it's like 5 to 10 or something percent is allowable, because you're not going to seal your cylinder completely off. If that's leaking, that indicates that the cylinder's either out of round, or the rings aren't sealing properly, or there's something wrong with the cylinder, period. If pull a radiator cap and you see bubbles coming up in the radiator, that means your head gasket's bad, or there's a leak somewhere that there's water jacketed in the cylinder. But the water in the radiator looks fine. It's not dirty, so I'm not guessing it's a bad head gasket or some kind of water issue. My guess is being that the valves are in spec, it's going to be rings and cylinder. So who knows? Well, I'll have to do that test, but I just got so many damn things going on. I finished the project for the auger. It's done, it's painted. I finished grinding the end to fit in the deal on the tractor. It can be hauled out of here anytime. So maybe this spring I'll show a video of me putting that back together, but I have the project completely done, the construction and repair of it on video, which I'll be posting here pretty soon. But other than that, got this four-wheeler, got the other one sitting over at my mom's yet. Still have the Bronco. I got a bunch of it together. Bronco is just when I get time and when I feel like doing it. So, but right now, this is the main project. Once this is together, running and driving, going for sale. I've been kind of looking around. There's not a lot of four-wheel drive ones in the camo version on the marketplace, and I don't know. I'm gonna probably ask like $2,100 for it and take the best deal I get. I got a few $100 in it now, so we'll have to just judge what we take for it after that. But it's a pretty nice machine overall. I'm gonna check the valve clearances on that while I got the gas tank off and all that stuff too. But other than that, it's on the upward side of being assembled. So without further ado, let's see what we got in the packages today and put some stuff together. This one I'm guessing is probably brake shoes. The brake pads again, I'm sorry. Yep. Brake pads.
We have returned from some food to realize I have no quarter-inch brake light at the shop. It's in the back of the F-150.
Okay, we got junkyard digs on. Now, getting back to the brake. Oh, I need to get an Allen wrench. Goddamn giant ass spiders.
All right, here we go. First test drive of the old 98.
Okay, you got to take this plug out of the back. I did not know that. In order to let that pin go back farther, which is what I was wondering, because that pin was holding it up, it seemed like to me. See, take that little plug out, which lets this pin go back farther. There's one on. And put number 2 on there. And slide that baby back, wedge it. Got to get this over top of this. It's just being stubborn. There we go. Okay. Both pads are on there. There we go. Both got a little wobble in them. Okay. Still blue Loctite on that. So I'm just going to send it. And then that slides back on the caliper or the rotor like that, and then 2 pins, 2 bolts line up in the rear of it there. One bolt. Come on, baby, get on there. There we go. And that one started. Let's put the other lower one in. Okay. Do the same on the other side. Now we're on the other side. I want to show you something. See that pad? See the width on that? This portion right here. Both of them same. These ones were not terrible. So I could have got away. I thought they looked like they were wore out, but like I said, I don't work on Polaris much at all, so these are basically still pretty good. So I might just keep them stockpiled. Now this one here has a little bit, it's a little thinner. So maybe I'll keep them, maybe I probably won't. I'll just pitch them. Because, I mean, hell, they're only $10 a package, so what the hell? It's cheap enough just to replace some bitches. Now, again, if you don't know, this pin has got to be able to slide back farther in order to allow the brake pads to go on over this deal here. Right now, as it is, you put that on right there. on that pin, and it's tight, but it doesn't clear that other pin at all. So I got to pull this plug out, which will allow that pin to go further, deeper in there, and we'll put the shoe on it. So I'll start the shoe on this side. And of course, the hose is right there in the way. Okay, I should go back farther. Spin this around. I gotta get my screwdriver. Still not wanting to play fair. Well, let's see. My guess is there's a little bit of dirt down in there preventing that thing from going as deep as it needs to go. There we go. One on. Put number 2 on. And look at that. That one goes right on there. What the hell? Goddamn temperamental piece of shit. Works well with the one and not the other. Now watch me have trouble getting the son of a bitch on the brake rotor. There we go. Okay. I guess trying to film it might be what my problem is. I hope you don't hear too much of the TV in the background, but Junkyard Digs is a good show. My mother-in-law. Okay, this is the bottom one. Oh, can't forget that plug. Damn, almost did. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, my battery's dying here. Okay. I see that spot right there where that plug's supposed to be. Got to put that in. Okay. Brakes are done, man. Job complete there. New brakes put on. Let's see what else we got in the packages here. Spark plug boot. Quad Logic. This one's a toughie. This one's hard to do. You got your, let's see. We got our spark plug wire here. Plug boot. It's an NGK boot, but we got quad logic. It just screws on. There's wires in that. I snipped the end of it off so a little bit more wires would show, and then you just essentially just screw this on. And you can put a zip tie on that to help keep it tight on the cable. Let's see if it works on the spark plug like it's supposed to. Yep. There's a little screw type deal up inside the head of this spark plug boot that screws itself up into those wires. There we go. And then just put that on. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and change. We'll go ahead and change the spark plug while I'm at it. Got us a 5/8 spark plug wrench for our socket for our ratchet, and our plug. It's an NGK BKR6E, and with the cardboard on it, from what I've been told, is that it's already been gapped. That's the proper gap for this particular machine. I'm not checking it because it doesn't look like it's jacked up, so get this plug out. Got it loose. And we'll lay it on the cylinder here and bump it a starter over and see if we got some good spark, which we do because I cleaned the grounds on the coil because when I got the bike, it didn't have spark. don't know if you can see that very well right there. You can probably see it right there. Right there. I don't know. I didn't see anything. How's that switch? I have a feeling that it's going to have to be adjusted. I don't see no spark. I ain't seeing not a lick. The kill switch is bad. Son of a bitch. All kinds of spark. But the black wire right here that feeds out of this is shorted out or something. So I gotta figure that out. Because if I plug that back in, I bet it kills it. Yeah, no spark at all. I'll be damned. So something in that box is jacked up. I read about that, so. And that controls it's the kill switch and the light switch, headlight switch. I might just buy a new one just to alleviate the entire problem. We'll just look and see how much one costs. Most of that stuff there is relatively cheap. You can pick it up inexpensive. It might be 30 bucks. I mean, I know that stuff adds up, but the headache of cleaning that and putting it back together, there's little springs and ball bearings and shit in that thing probably, and it's just probably more trouble than it's worth. Okay, plugs in. There we go. She's all back in there. See that? Came packaged with the damn Aeon bushings. What the hell? That makes no sense to me. Okay, this goes together like this, and then it goes on that right here. Right there. That has a spot for lubrication on it even. I'll be damned. Oh yeah, that's nice. I could probably put a Zerk fitting right there. Put a Zerk fitting right there and make that greasable. But other than that, steering's done, man. Cool. Ooh, front brakes feel good. All right. There's that black wire right there for the kill switch. Oh man, look at that. I don't think that's going to be replaceable. There's no plug for it. Oh crap. Well, I'm going to look into it anyways. Not today, but anyways, I'm done for right now. Thanks for watching today. I don't know if this will post up or what. I just don't know how I'm going to break this up yet. I don't know. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Big shout out to my brother-in-law. I guess he's been watching me pretty regular. Thanks, Kevin, Danielle. Appreciate the subscribe and that you're watching me. And I'll holler at you guys later. Bye-bye.